Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for WLBT Plus. My name is Cara Shirley, and I'm your digital news desk host here on this Friday, the 19th, Friday, July the 19th. So I can't believe that we are already 19 days into July. It really is crazy. Time is absolutely flying by, especially if you ask my kids, because school will be starting on August 1st for them. They cannot believe that. And I know there's a lot of other kids in our viewing area that is going to be starting school even as early as next week, I believe, with the new year-round schedule that a lot of places have implemented. If you are tuning in here on our website, thank you so much for joining us. WLBT.com. You can also watch on our news app. And then, of course, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to join the conversation, go ahead and hop over to a YouTube page or a Facebook page. Follow the live there. You can leave your comments, questions, concerns, critiques, positive ones, hopefully. And we see them right here. I see them right here. And I would love to be able to have a conversation with you. We call this our interactive newscast here at WLBT because we get to talk with you while it is happening. You get to talk with us and gives us an opportunity to answer questions that you might have that may not have been answered, and also gives us the opportunity to find out more information on stories that we may be investigating. Helps us out a little bit. So let me know where you are tuning in from. Panda the baby, I love that. Joining us says, "Hey, hello, how are you?" It's a good Friday. It's a good Friday. It's going to be a rainy weekend, but it's all right. We need the rain, especially so we don't get back into the drought conditions like we had last summer. So let's take a look outside right now over downtown Jackson before we jump into all of the news and the stories here. You can see we got those clouds in the sky. Going to be a cloudy day. Lower temperatures than what we have been experiencing here in Jackson, but that's because of the rain that is moving through. But we'll talk more about that. We'll get your full forecast in just a little bit. So Panda is tuning in from Jackson. Hello. And no caller ID. That is a very interesting name as well. And tuning in from Jackson. Annie K. Townsend here says hello. Hello, Annie K. It is so nice to get to talk to you all and meet you all. So let's go ahead and jump on into the news right now. Some information that is happening or that's coming out of Brookhaven to us. Police are continuing to search for a 16-year-old who they are classifying as being armed and dangerous. So let me get him on the screen here. So this is LaDamian White, 16 years old. And according to Chief Kenneth Collins, he says that LaDamian White here is accused of shooting two women on Wednesday night. So according to the chief of police there, they were shot multiple times around Ozark Lane. One of the female victims is at UMMC in critical condition. A car was also hit multiple times by the bullets. Police say that White is wanted on multiple felony charges. If you have any information regarding his location, please contact the Brookhaven Police Department. Contact your local police department if you're not in the Brookhaven area. And if you are the 16-year-old LaDamian White watching this, please go ahead and turn yourself in. But our thoughts and prayers are definitely with the victims here. Again, 2 women were shot multiple times. One of the victims is currently in critical condition at UMMC. We don't have any additional information right now on motive or anything like that, but we do know who the suspect is. Again, let me get them pulled up for you here. LaDamian White, 16 years old. This is from the Brookhaven Police Department. So if you have any information on him, please turn that information over to the police department. So we're going to talk now about Latasha Crump Coleman. Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of her disappearance. So she has not been seen since a year ago yesterday. And the last time that she was seen, it was at her home in, let me get this video pulled up for you guys. Here she is on the screen for you. So this is Latasha Crump Coleman, and she was last seen and heard from at her home in South Jackson. Family and friends gathered yesterday at a balloon release to remember her, and they were there demanding answers. The family says they're not giving up hope, but they are still haunted by Crump Coleman's disappearance. And they say the past 365 days have been filled with sadness, chaos, and disbelief. So now police are continuing to investigate this case to hopefully bring the family some type of closure. 3 on your sides, Chris Fields was there yesterday at the balloon release for her. And let's hear it from Chris now.
1, 2, 3.
Dozens of family members and friends came together dressed in purple to release purple balloons for Latasha Crump Coleman. All of them pouring out a whole lot of love.
We just trying to keep it alive and keep her name alive and just not let nobody forget her.
Investigators say the 46-year-old was last seen at her home on Hidden Valley Lane in Hinds County on July 18th, 2023. Dexter Crump is Crump Coleman's son. He says not having his mother around under these circumstances is heartbreaking.
I try not to talk about it, but it's really been hard. This been an emotional year. It's really been hard to not talk to your mama, don't know where she is, don't know, anything, and it's just been hard.
Crump Coleman's family has told 3 on your side in the past they believed her estranged husband, Derek Coleman, may have played a part in her disappearance. However, investigators could not make that connection. Even a brawl broke out between the 2 families on the steps of the courthouse where Coleman was in court for violating a no-contact order filed against him in 2022 before his wife's disappearance.
We want Hinds County. We want Jackson. We want you to stand up and do your job as law enforcement and help find and bring my sister home. Charge those that's involved. Bring them in. Show us that you're trying.
Congressman Benny Thompson called on the FBI to launch an investigation on Crump Coleman's case back in May. Sequina Banks, the deputy chief of major investigations with the Jackson Police Department, says the case is still ongoing. In fact, here are some of the efforts she says the department has made to find Crump Coleman.
We actually reach out to our federal partners, our local partners, and state partners. Did many mass searches. We actually had a cadaver dog to come in. We actually have used drones. We've actually been outside of the city limits to try to locate Ms. Crump Coleman.
With all JPD's resources, the mother of one still hasn't turned up. However, investigators say they will keep searching until they find the 46-year-old.
Our main concern here is to make sure that we follow up on all these in this particular case and hold people accountable.
So we have not received any additional information or an update on the disappearance outside of what we just saw there from the Jackson Police Department. It has been turned over to the FBI. We have not received an update on the case from the FBI, but we are following this. We're trying to find out as much as we can. You saw there Chris Fields was there, and he is following. So it's a sad thing. I couldn't imagine being in that situation, having my mother or a loved one missing for that many days and just not having any answers. And I think the not knowing can be one of the hardest things. But we are following this, and we hope that some family or some closure is brought to the family quickly over this situation. If you have any information on the disappearance or the location of Latasha Crump Coleman, please contact the Jackson Police Department or contact the Jackson FBI office and let them know what it is that you know. Let's try to help either bring Latasha home or bring some closure to her family. Well, over in South Jackson's, longtime homeowners are fighting the decline that they say they've witnessed as their property values have been going down. So the association, video got loud. The Association of South Jackson Neighborhoods wants the enforcement of codes regarding numerous dilapidated houses and overgrown properties, junk cars, and 18-wheelers. So the president says property values are declining because of the neglect, leaving homeowners to struggling to live in the blighted neighborhoods. Ernest Ward took their concerns to the council on June the 10th. In July, their attorney drafted a letter to the mayor asking for a meeting to address the blighted neighborhoods. You can see there, you've got furniture on the side of the road. There's a house there that looks abandoned, that home looking abandoned. So Ernest Ward, who, like I said, is the president, asked the mayor to meet regarding this. Let's hear more from Ernest here.
We had the right to have a quality of life. We had the right to have a clean neighborhood, a crime-free neighborhood. We have all the rights that the mayor and the city council have not provided for us at this particular time.
So the Jackson City spokesperson says that they did receive the letter from the association this week. No word on violations and cases in the area or solutions for the residents at this time, but we will continue to follow them. Wendy here saying, what happened? I just got on. Well, Wendy, one thing we've talked about is a 16-year-old in Brookhaven who is considered armed and dangerous, is on the loose. Police are trying to get him in custody. He is wanted for several felony charges, mainly though for shooting two women multiple times there in Brookhaven. Let me get him pulled up on the screen so you can see him again. His name is LaDamian White. He is 16 years old. He shot two women multiple times there in Brookhaven, and one of the women is now at UMMC listed in critical condition. So if you have any information regarding the whereabouts of LaDamian, please contact the police department. We also talked about Latasha Crump Coleman. Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of her missing, the date that she went missing, and the family is still wanting answers. If you have any information or know anything regarding her disappearance or where she may be, please contact Jackson Police Department or the FBI. Let's move on. Something that happened here, and actually it didn't just happen here, it happened globally. And it was a tech malfunction that ended up crippling airports, businesses, government services around the world. And it even affected us right here at WLBT. So industry experts have said that the disruption that happened appears to stem from an issue with cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike. So the company sells antivirus software to large corporations and government clients. And it appears in an update that was rolled out globally was rolled out before receiving proper testing. So Microsoft, who is a CrowdStrike client, says it was investigating an issue preventing users from accessing its apps and services. Meanwhile, all United, Delta, and American airline flights were grounded. This is according to the Federal Aviation Administration. Other global airlines, banks, telecommunication companies, and health services around the world also experienced disruptions with their IT. And it even, like I said, caused some issues here at WLBT, caused some issues at our sister station over Meridian, WTOK, that prevented us from being able to go on air for our morning newscast, for a portion of our morning newscast. And thankfully, the fix has been rolled out and it is working now, which is how I'm here able to talk to you guys right now. But it was a crazy thing. I mean, you think about this happening globally, and immediately your mind wants to go to, oh, it's a cyber attack or something like that. Now, the company CrowdStrike is saying this was not a cyber attack, a terroristic attack, or anything like that. It was really someone just not testing an update before they rolled it out. So it's a very big lesson to learn there, that is for sure. So we have told you about the several Jackson apartment complexes that lost power, at least one of them, not power, lost water due to unpaid water bills with Jackson Water. So the one that we first told you about was Gardenside Apartments. We told you about that one because they lost their water, and it was not a very cool thing. Okay. I mean, I couldn't imagine having to go through that. But what we found out was that the owner of Gardenside Apartments had not been paying their bill, hadn't paid their bill, and they owed over $140,000 in past due amounts. We have records from the Hinds County Tax Assessor's Office that shows the complex is owned by PF Northside, which is managed by Champertits. I may be pronouncing the company name wrong. So a man with the same name, age, and business address as Pertets is facing multiple felony charges in Marion County, Indiana, for allegedly stealing water fees from 4 apartment complexes there. And he also is tied to Addison Place Apartments here in Jackson, which Jackson Water has reported has a past due amount of $267. So that is some information that we have found regarding that. And we are definitely going to be digging into it and trying to get more information to see what else we can learn about that. We're going to take a quick break here so that we can switch gears. We're going to get Ashley Civic in here to talk to us about our forecast. But before we do that, we want to hear from a sponsor of WLBT Plus, Tillman Furniture. They have 5 locations to serve you, and they have practically an endless selection of furniture for every room in your house. So make sure you go by there because you are definitely sure to find exactly what you're looking for at Tillman Furniture.
You know us for selection. You know us for quality. But did you know we now offer in-house financing to first-time buyers with no credit? Shop TillmanFurniture.com or any of our 5 showrooms. Tillman Furniture. Now you know.
And again, thank you to Tillman Furniture. We got Ashley in here. She's getting mic'd up to give us a look at our forecast. It's been hot, but not as hot. And it's a little rainy outside, or it will be. Isn't that right, Ashley?
Yes. Luckily, it's been a little bit on the cooler side. I don't know if you stepped out earlier this morning. It definitely wasn't as warm as we have been over the past couple of days. And there were a few isolated showers earlier in the morning, but those have since fizzled out for us, at least here in the metro. However, as we take a live look here at First Alert Doppler radar, we do have rain, especially for areas just south of the I-20 corridor, a big cluster of showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder here on the radar. Also going on in the lower Delta. Now we're going to continue to see shower activity increase, at least for us here in central Mississippi, over the next couple of hours. By around 3 o'clock for us here in Jackson, that's when we'll start to see more of those showers move into or develop in our area, and continue to do so at least throughout the rest of your Friday evening. By the later parts of tonight, though, we will start to see these showers fizzle out, and then we'll be left with a rather dry start for your Saturday morning. But we can't completely rule out any more showers later on in the afternoon. But they'll be brief in nature, not going to be as widespread as we're expecting for today. But I would definitely still keep the rain gear with you for this weekend.
I know yesterday when the rain moved through my house or at my house, it came in quick and very strong storms. But looking ahead, like you had there for Saturday, looks like a lot of clouds. Are we expecting to have any sun come out on Saturday?
There may be a few peaks of sun in there. Can't completely rule that out, but it's definitely going to be more cloudy compared to what we saw earlier in the week with beautiful blue skies. So there may be a few peaks in there. It'll also help us warm up into the upper 80s. Not going to be as warm for us throughout this weekend, but it is definitely still going to be below average for this time of year. So the sunshine may help us see upper 80s in terms of our highs. However, next week going to be a very different story. We're expecting highs to really only top out in the low 80s come Wednesday. So definitely a big change compared to what we have been seeing over the past couple of weeks. This is the type of weather we usually see in September.
Yeah, that's not July in Mississippi. Yes. So why are we having such low temperatures coming through?
So this is all due to a stationary front. This initially was a cold front that swept through late Wednesday night and into Thursday. And as it moved through, it kind of just decided to hang out over us here in central and southwest Mississippi. And it's going to continue to do so over the course of this weekend. And even by Sunday afternoon, it's still going to be hanging out overhead over much of central Mississippi. That's going to allow us to see multiple days of rain as we head into next week as well. So not only on Monday afternoon, but Tuesday and even for Wednesday, that front's going to start to drift a little further off to the north. But because we are on the underside of that front, that's going to allow us to see multiple chances for some showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms as well for most of next week.
Well, definitely, everybody will make sure you download the free First Alert Weather app. You have your QR code right there on the screen. And that way, if anything severe comes up, especially in your local area, this team here, First Alert Weather team, is going to be here, and they will definitely let you know about it. Ashley, thank you so much. We are going to take another quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. I've got some information to tell you on some updates that MDOT is going to be doing in our area, and you definitely want to know about it. So we'll be right back.
Thank you.
WLBT is on your side.
And if it wasn't for you, we still wouldn't have knew.
Breaking the most important stories.
The court declares a mistrial in the matter of the state of Mississippi versus William Ervin Edwards.
The police, they screwed up the investigation because they really didn't investigate.
Breaking news that impacts you.
Where is it going to stop? Where is it going to stop?
We are WLBT, 3 on your side. Mississippi's breaking news leader.
And I'm back. Thank you guys for sticking around with me again. My name is Cara Shirley. I am your digital news desk host here at WLBT for WLBT Plus. This is our digital only newscast, only on our social media channels, on our website. And I call it our interactive newscast because it gives you guys the opportunity to leave comments or questions or anything like that regarding the stories that we're giving. And you can do that there on our social media channels. I'm watching them right now. So if you have any questions or anything, please put them in and let me know where you're watching from. Hamilton here is watching from Michigan. Wow, that's a long ways off. It's a lot warmer. Or, well, I don't know. It's probably in the mid 80s here today. So you're probably kind of experiencing the same kind of weather for us. Actually, I said warmer. I should have actually said a little colder up there. But all right, so let's talk about some of the MDOT projects that are happening here in the metro area over the next week. It could impact your overnight travel If you are one that does your commute at night, the department heads say that this is one of their busiest times of the year. So Highway 49 has experienced some lanes closures this morning for asphalt and concrete failure repairs on the frontage road. Then more closures are expected throughout the weekend. The big project comes next Wednesday. It's going to be an overnight northbound lane closure on I-55. This is going to replace overhead signs between Northside Drive and Adkins Boulevard and Beasley Road, and there will be some detours on the northbound frontage road. MDOT is, of course, asking everyone to please take extra caution around these projects.
Even that it's overnight, a lot of people still travel 49. We just wanted people to know that there's going to be work taking place because there will be equipment out there, work crews out there, and that kind of thing. And if you're not paying attention, they can sneak up on you if you're looking at your phone, something like that. That's why we ask everyone to put the phone down. Equipment alongside roads that you're traveling very fast, extremely dangerous, if you're not paying attention to where you're going.
So another closure this weekend is a small one on Highway 469 between Williams Road and Lexington Drive in Rankin County, and that is for some pipe repairs. I am sure the families of all of the men that are going to be out, men and women, okay, let me not be a gender bias there, all the families of those out working, especially at night when it could be a lot more dangerous, is hoping that everyone exercises caution when you come near these construction areas. So please make sure to put your phone down. Dominique here, watching from Brookhaven. Hello, Dominique. How are you doing today? I see you back. I see you on here a lot, actually. I appreciate you tuning in. So the state's mental health task force held its second meeting yesterday. Committee members discussed new mental health needs for students as we approach the upcoming school year. So the task force talked about how students handle tough situations. Members of the committee have heard from several educators who say students' approach to making hard decisions in daily life crises have changed drastically.
I do see a difference when they're told no, or they don't get the grade that they think they should get. Okay. Or they feel rejected in some kind of way. When my son played Little League baseball, everybody got an MVP trophy, regardless of the skill level. So, that may sound a little harsh, but I think those type things contribute.
So university orientations include sessions to develop these coping skills as students prepare to enter the workforce. I think that is really great that Mississippi has put a task force for mental health in place to help our students, especially when you think about the coming up on the 1-year anniversary of Aubrey Wyatt down on the coast here in Mississippi, who committed suicide because of being bullied. And could that situation have been different if a task force would have been in place then? We don't know. It does make you ask a lot of questions, but I'm glad that this is something that is being put into place now, and to help our young people here in the state of Mississippi learn how to deal better with mental health crises and issues. I'm a very big proponent of mental health awareness, and I love this. I think that is great. So speaking about another woman here in Mississippi, actually from South Mississippi, Lauren Johansson lost her life. She was found brutally beaten to death earlier this month, and her father finally spoke out and spoke with our sister station down there about his grief after losing his daughter. So make sure I get my correct video up for you guys. I apologize. Her allegedly abusive ex-boyfriend, Bryce Rivers, has been charged with her murder. And this was just days after he was let out of a Tennessee jail. Dr. Lance Johansson, which is Lauren's dad, says that this is still very raw for him, to his wife, and for their other children. And Dr. Johansson says that he hopes that his daughter's story can help save someone else's life.
This happens all over the world, unfortunately. Nobody wants to talk about it. If you're thinking that, is there something you can do? Don't think about something you can do, go do it. If you think about maybe I should go get her and take her, bring her to the home for a week or two, go do it. Don't just think about, well, maybe I should, maybe I should. If you think about it, go do it, because you're probably doing the right thing.
So Rivers is set to appear before a Harrison County judge on July 31st. We are following this story for sure, and our hearts go out to the family. It's a horrible situation there. Well, let's move on to talking about something that's happening at USM and University of Southern Mississippi. They're conducting a study about the connection between sensory sensitivity and sounds. Now, are you someone that gets annoyed easily by sounds like someone chewing, swallowing, sniffing, other noises people make by now their nose or mouth? I do get extremely sensitive and almost like fingernails on a chalkboard for me hearing someone chew. I don't know why. I also have a sensitivity to high pitched sounds. So maybe that's it. I don't know. But doctors are saying that certain reactions to these sounds could be connected to a condition called misophonia. And the research team there is actually looking to recruit 500 participants to help them in their study of this.
And there seems to be a wide variety of sensitivities. Some people find them as a mild annoyance. Some of the data that we've found is about 40% of people have some sort of sensitivity to these triggers. And about 15% are so sensitive that they really try and avoid situations to where it impacts their life and their well-being.
So eligible participants will have to complete a cognitive and audiological screening, as well as participate in memory tasks and several questionnaires. But if you sign up for it and you're picked to be a part of it, you could get $75 in Amazon gift cards, get $25 for completing the first session and $50 for completing the second session. You go follow this story on our website. You can see where you can scan the QR code to sign up to be a participant in this. I said, I get a very big sensitivity to some sounds. Apparently, I have a very big sensitivity to pronouncing words correctly as well. But such is life, I guess. Let me know, though, are you the same? Do you have these kind of issues, or can't stand the sound of someone chewing or swallowing? I don't know why it bugs me so bad, and it seems like it gets worse for me the older I get. Thankfully, though, my hearing also gets worse, so I don't hear it as bad all the time now. Let's look at the silver lining for everything there. But anyway, go to our website, Wlbt.com. You can find the story there, and if you would like to participate, to sign up to be a member of this study, you can find that information there. Some fun news for today, in case you guys didn't know, today is actually National Daiquiri Day. Did you know? I didn't even know there was a National Daiquiri Day, but there is. Today is that day. So if you feel like celebrating National Daiquiri Day, do it responsibly. Let's put it that way for you. So that is the end of WLBT Plus today, this Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you stay safe in this rain. Enjoy some of the cooler temperatures, or at least maybe enjoy your air conditioner not having to work so hard. I will be back Monday at 1 o'clock, and I hope you are all back with me then, joining me then, and just have a great weekend. Bye, y'all.